Hey guys, alright now. It has been in the news for a few days now, but homeboy Donald Trump here has had his home raided by the FBI, who've been looking for documents that he illegally took from the White House that he apparently shouldn't have taken. Now, at first I wasn't sure whether he just did that on accident because he was so sure that he was going to remain president, he wouldn't allow any of his staffers to pack up. So in the end, they ended up having to do it in a hurry, and maybe they took some stuff on accident. Well, that actually probably is not the case, and it also doesn't have anything to do with tax evasion. That's a completely different case. But what I think is causing this whole thing is Donald Trump very probably has some documents related to nuclear secrets. And why would Donald Trump take those documents with him? He obviously doesn't have the capabilities of building his own nuke, no, but somebody else does. And that somebody is the House of Saud. Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's fucking stupid ass incompetent son-in-law who's done nothing throughout his entire career but to enrich himself and to make whatever was best for him and his ugly wife. Yeah, he got a $2 billion check with a B from Saudi Arabia's government. And probably he got that because Saudi Arabia believes Trump will be back in office and Jared Kushner will be the voice behind the scenes again, and so they can manipulate President Trump. And Saudi Arabia also heavily invested into Donald Trump's golf course. The Trump family is so much in bed with the House of Saud, you can't even imagine it. And at first I thought that was just some liberal news story, but there are like a billion articles about Jared Kushner getting money up his ass from the Saudis. And despite the fact that Donald Trump and his administration always tried to pretend we're on the side of Israel, we're the best friends of Israel, they're the best country on earth, God bless Israel, they were doing business with Israel's death enemy, who literally probably executes people when they enter their country with an Israeli passport. The hypocrisy in there is just outrageous, and you see that it's all about money for those goons. So, yeah, Donald Trump is not anti establishment, he is part of the establishment. And therefore, he should not do what he's doing. Now, but why would he take nuclear secrets from the White House? Well, there is reason to assume that the Sauds would probably give him a shit ton of money if he would turn those documents over so Saudi could develop their own nukes. And if Donald Trump helps Saudi Arabia develop their own nukes, I'm not saying it's set in stone, but it is a possibility, then I would highly doubt how much he actually cares about national security interests. I used to think that he was like that. He was like this outsider businessman who wanted to come in, tackle the establishment, and do things right. Well, no. He's not stupid either, though. He's just focused on enriching himself and his family. And that's literally everything that the whole world is about for him. Like, he doesn't care about the country. He doesn't even care about his own base. He's relentlessly grifting off his most loyal supporters. Everything that this whole thing's about for Trump is about himself. And here's an article from the New York Post, which I prefer to the New York Times because it's a more conservative newspaper. It says many voters are okay with the raid, but they still want Trump to run in a 24 poll. Now, three-quarters of Republicans, 72%, said that they disagree with the Mar-a-Lago raid, while only 6% of Democratic voters said the same. And that basically means that Donald Trump has successfully told his narrative that he's being unjustly investigated for political purposes. But if I'm being completely honest, had Joe Biden been informed about this raid before it took place, he would have probably called the dog off. Because Joe Biden is like one of these forward looking, compassionate dudes who are like, we're not looking backward, we're just looking forward. There's no need to go back in time and cover up stuff about my former opponent. Well, think again, yes, it is important. Now, I'm not saying this because I want to hurt Donald Trump's chances of winning the election. I'm not saying this because I want to reiterate the Democrat conspiracy theorists about Russiagate or any of that other shit that wasn't true. But if there's some nuance to it, that Trump has stolen national secrets, and that even the FBI chief that he personally appointed thought there'd be reasonable ground to assume that he'd destroy the evidence if he was being asked to turn it over, then you really need to ask yourself, is this guy, and I mean, all of our presidents are corrupt, but is he maybe a little more corrupt than all of our other presidents? Well, very plausible. Now, unsurprisingly, 69% of Republicans responded said that they believed the search was politically motivated, a claim only 11% of Democrats agreed with. Well, 81% of Democrats said the search appeared to be related to evidence of a crime. Only 16% of GOP voters said the same. So people don't even do their own research on this. They just go to their news bubble and listen to their right-wing and left-wing narrative, and then they just repeat what they're being told to believe. Now, there are a lot of people against this. There are a lot of people in favor of this. But if it actually comes down to Trump being convicted, I mean by a objective jury, I mean if he was brought to court over this and convicted of something because he no longer has legal protection of the presidency, he's now a private citizen. If he was actually convicted, I think a lot of Republicans would turn on him. I actually think that'd be the case. I mean, his most hardcore base, they're always going to support him. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene, if she could, even though she's married, she'd go down on her knees and suck Donald Trump's dick until it falls off. But there are people, there are even Trump Republicans, who if there was significant evidence for this crime, that he committed a crime, they'd probably turn on him. Now, as of right now, the accusations against Trump are helping him. But if he was found guilty of any of the stuff that he's being accused of, it's going to hurt him big time. So now, this is basically it for now. But I want you to know that my own personal theory is he took nuclear secrets from the White House in order to sell them to Saudi Arabia. It's not set in stone. That's just what I believe. That's the most plausible narrative, because if there was anything else, I don't think they would have conducted a raid on that. But it probably looks like it was a crime of huge gravity that he's potentially guilty of. All right, this is it for now, guys. Have a good day, and stay clear of the House of Saud, or it's going to end your career. Bye-bye.